is, what time is it? 9:30. I'm waiting for Jean to get off work and come home. Thinking I need to find something to do to stay awake. He constantly tells me that I don't have to, but I'm like, I want to. I don't think I'd want to if it was anybody else, really. My ex-husband was an asshole. I think it's a two-way street, and he goes above and beyond for me, so I think that's what kind of makes you want to do that for somebody. It's a partnership, not a... Definitely not. Oh yeah, I forgot to water the plants. Excuse me, I'm gonna pause this for a second. Okay, all the plants are watered. Some of the ones in the windowsill are actually ready to be transplanted. That reminds me, I have to do the thing with the lemon seeds I was trying to germinate. Pausing again. Well, those are done and put in there. The apricot seeds still haven't germinated, but I didn't expect that to happen right away anyway. They've been in there for a few days. I think it should take at least a week or two, at least. I don't know if the lemon seeds are going to. They kind of got left in the water an extra day, so I was like, oh no. That's why I couldn't wait till I was done anyway. So everything is watered. I had to clean baseboards tomorrow. I don't really know what else to say. Oh, some plants need transplanted. Very nice. The back patio smells very nice right now. And I don't know if it's because one of the neighbors did something. I don't think we have enough plants for it to be that aromatic. But it still smells nice. Like a combination of the laundry room soap and like flowers. And we have a potato bush out there that is got a lot of flowers on it right now. So it doesn't grow potatoes, unfortunately. It is one of the only plants out there that doesn't do something. The rosemary is still not sprouting. I even got the peppermint to sprout. And I've had a hard time with that. Once you get it to grow, it will grow like a weed. In fact, some people even consider peppermint to be a weed. But the hard part is getting it to, grow from the seeds in the first place. The rosemary just does not want to cooperate at all. We might have just gotten a bad batch. This is my third attempt seeding it, and this time I actually put more seeds than you're technically supposed to. Quite a few more. And nothing is happening. So if this continues to happen, I'll just consider it a bad batch of seeds, which is kind of disappointing. I really wanted to get it to grow so that we could plant it before summer, so it would be big enough to basically become established enough before summer to kind of go through that, because even right now, like the potato bush, I'm noticing that we cannot put it where we had originally wanted to after talking to the landlord last time. I'm gonna have to re-talk to him and be like, can we put it here? Because, in a different spot that doesn't get as much direct sunlight. Because every time I move it away from this one spot, and try and put it like more in the spot kind of like it would be, it starts to cook the leaves. Some of them start turning yellow, and I am just like, that is a sign if I ever saw one. So the other one though that is up against the wall, because that one came closer to dying while I was undergoing treatment, and I've kind of revived it, that one is doing really well where it is. So I've got an idea because of the pot placement and how much sun what gets and where they would in the yard, where it would need to go. So that's I don't think they could go underneath the window in the back. I think the sage could, if we can get it to kind of survive. I had transplanted that too early because like it went from no seed sprouting to 5 of them, or actually more than 5. It was more, but I think like 2 died, but they were all clustered together instead of, because I kind of try to seed it a little bit apart in the cup. That way that won't happen as easily, maybe. But this was just like all at once. And the stems weren't wide enough to, do anything with. They were doing well, so I think they kind of didn't do as well today because this morning I forgot to water them. So I did it tonight. That it better not be a Chris. Oh, it's a Jen.
Yeah.
Hi, Jen.
What do you think?
I didn't put on the ding dong on the door.
Oh.
It's not set to go ding.
Yeah. That
dong.
makes sense. I was like, Chris, you didn't hear the ding?
Yeah, no.
You didn't turn it on, yeah.
No, I try not to before Gene gets home. Because he goes in there and gives him the final tuck in even if he's already asleep. He better be asleep. Gene doesn't get off till 11 tonight. Means he's not gonna get home till like 12.
That sucks.
Yep. Anyway, if the sage makes it, the sage will be probably the best candidate. Once you can get it big enough, it's really easy to germinate from the stems.
Can't hear you.
It's because I'm talking at the camera. I'm video journaling. Sorry, Jen. If we can get it, get them big enough and get them established, then they can survive some shit. You'll see sage in Arizona, by walls and stuff, because once it's established, it's good. It's hard to kill. The trick is getting it there. We'll see. It's okay, Jen. You'll have to shut yourself in the laundry room. I try to be pretty considerate of them and not accidentally get anybody on camera that doesn't want to be. She's just trying not to disturb me. Their fridge is out there. Because I think it was the only other place to hook it up to make ice. So they have the ice maker. We don't have an ice maker. They do. So yeah. Well, technically ours does have an ice maker, it's just not hooked up. There's nowhere to hook it up to. We actually don't know if it works because years ago it was given to us for helping out a friend. She couldn't take it with her, so she gave it to us. I'm not exactly sure if that actually works. It's never been hooked up, as far as we know. I don't even think she knew if it worked or not, because they didn't have it hooked up either. So I don't actually know. It's just kind of been like that for a really long time now. Anyway, I'm just sort of staying up. Whenever he gets off work, I'm gonna put on some more. I'm gonna take some more fish out of the freezer, throw it in the pan, get it cooked, get a nice sear on it before he gets home. And that's my plan. I stay up to make sure that he eats dinner. And then he does dishes afterwards. Sometimes we go through like this weird flux where he'll be like, do dishes. You know, like he won't tell me to. He'll say, I don't mind. And then I'll do them. And then he'll be like, I feel useless because I did not do the dishes. So I stay up and make sure that he eats before he goes to bed. And then he does dishes. Dinner dishes. And yeah. It's okay, Jen. I make sure there are no people in their pajamas. Night, Jen. Night. She's just getting up to get a drink of water. So, yeah. Anyway. Gorgeous is up here. Getting the scritches. Yeah, you like that? Got you in that spot right by the ear. Oh, no, chin. You want chin? There you go. Okay. You and your fart gets in my nose and you know I'm allergic and oh god. This no. Sorry. Yep. I'm to be fair, I'm not like airways. Closing up allergic, I am if it has fur or skin with which to shed dander, I am allergic to it. It gets up in my nose and my eyes get puffy and it's funny because I've actually built like somewhat of a tolerance over the years, but yeah, no, still happens. Foxy used to like to sleep with me whenever I was a kid. She was our dog, and I used to wake up with like my eyes swollen shut. Or they would be like so swollen that I could not keep them open. I would like try so hard and it just didn't work, and I would think that it was because I was just that tired. And you know those moments whenever you first get up, if you can't open up your eyes all the way, you know, it's harder to wake up. And yeah. Well, It's not quite that bad anymore, but there is still, quite a bit of swelling there. Sorry, Azrael's probably gonna puff up. No matter how much I love them, I'm still allergic to them. Gene, you would never hear him suggest this now, but whenever we first got together, he's allergic to them too. That's why they're not allowed in there whenever we're supposed to be sleeping. That's why they kind of get, shut out of the bedroom, because, they try and get in your face. They want to sleep there. They want to sleep on your chest or, by your head, and they can't do that. Gene is actually worse than I am if they do that. So, and even if he wasn't, I don't like to see him miserable. They used to sleep with me before that. They're allowed in the bedroom otherwise, like as long as it's not bedtime. That was our weird compromise on it. And I do try to keep them like off of his pillow and stuff. There's also a lot of washing of the pillowcases and stuff that goes on to keep that compromise, fruitful and not defeat its purpose. So for the most part, they're allowed in the bedroom as long as, it's not bedtime. At bedtime, they have their own place to go now. Actually, Lucky goes pretty peacefully now. He used to be out the door a lot. But he's kind of finally claimed his own little spot out here. And he just meows at if I forgot their nightly wet food or something. Which I started adding water to and then found that they actually like it like that. And it's a neat way to get them to drink more water. I actually give them a can of wet food and then I fill up the can with water, dump it in the bowl. And then I, kind of break up the food, mix it in there. It's pate, so. Gorgeous won't eat the shreds. She's the picky one. So we get pate. Lucky doesn't give a fuck what it is. I'm gonna call it now. Lucky is a glutton. Lucky doesn't care. It's food. I will say, as much as I say that he's a glutton, it is probably a miracle that this cat isn't as big as a house. He's really not, but then he's also really active. And he also has a metabolism to die for. I don't know. So he's managed to put on a little bit of weight, but not enough to be over the line into fatness. But I'm watching it. Because he's just getting older, and I guess his metabolism is just slowing down. So, just watching it. Don't want him to get fat and develop health problems. Don't want him to be like me, I didn't get this way by eating, but it's still really hard, and I already had arthritis as a kid, so yeah, they diagnosed me whenever I was 12. So this is already, something there, and then, you put 300 pounds on top of that, and your joints are screaming. You put hip dysplasia, and the type that I have where the ball joint is deformed, and scoliosis on top of that. You are fucked. So, I kind of I push through a lot of things. I can't lose the weight no matter what I do. Eating healthy, lots of exercise, none of it matters. It just kind of shifted after I had Rowan and Rohan. It just carries differently than it used to. I used to not look like I weighed as much as I did at all. Like, if I told people, like, if I asked them to guess how much I weighed, they couldn't guess it because I just didn't look like it. But I still looked, like I was heavier than usual, like average heaviness. But I was actually a lot more. And it wasn't muscle. Like, I do have muscle, and I did have muscle. I'm now trying to get some back because during the treatment, some of it deteriorated in spots that are pretty important for me to keep up. Like my thighs and my back. Stomach isn't as important, but I try to keep it up anyway. Out of principle, because you kind of use those for a lot of things. Like if your back is weak, you can compensate with your abdomen. Since they radiated the fuck out of, my torso down there, my lower torso, I did talk to the doctor whenever I did, and she said that it was normal. Some people have muscle loss in the surrounding areas as well. So that I lost muscle and it just kind of evaporated like that is well within the confines of normal. So yeah, even external radiation. I don't even want to imagine what this is like whenever you basically have the radiation pumped into your bloodstream. It makes your hair fall out, you lose all your... I can't do this, like, that much. I have to have, like, some respect for people that go through chemo. I don't know if I could do that. It's hard, even just having a portion of your body irradiated. To just have them put it in your veins, that's horrible. Like, I feel weak as a kitten. Just, I get upset that my thighs are weak right now. Like that, and you think, like, that I'm probably joking, or exaggerating, but no, I'm actually not one to do that. My grandfather keeps on expecting me to, even after all these years, and me never having actually done so, because my grandmother used to tell people that I did. But no, I actually have a habit of underplaying some things. I don't have a habit. I'm not in the habit of exaggerating. Whenever I say weak as a kitten, I mean weak as a kitten. I mean, like, if I had not done the exercises that I did, I would probably have no muscles left there. And that was actually pretty damn scary for me. Because even with me continuing to do some things that I normally do, even if it wasn't all of it, the fact that it went that far, where I could do something that I would normally do, and there was a point I actually kind of fell on my butt. Because it was that bad. And you would think that I'd start crying or something with as frustrating as it was, but no. I just got back up. It was just... It's frustrating enough, I could have, but I just didn't. I just got up. And was a little bit more mindful of it. And it's supposed to go on for, I think, 12, she said 12 weeks afterwards. Let's see, it feels like it's supposed to be longer. Let's see. What? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm at 8 weeks out. feels like longer. It feels like I should be getting close to the end, and some of the effects have started letting up. The muscles in my thighs have started to build up again, but not as much as they probably should. So the effects are still there. They just suck. Okay, they always suck no matter what. It has torn, it has met its terrible fate in the place where all calendars tear around the hole. Let's see if that fixes it. Anyway, so tomorrow not tomorrow. No, next Tuesday will be 9 weeks out. I know it's not all out because my pee is still weird though, so I'm like, yeah, all sorts of stuff happens, like, all sorts of stuff. I'm still keeping up the stuff that they told me to, sometimes not as much as I probably should. Mostly with the sexy time stuff, I'm like, who fucking has the time?